Flying Dutchman. Most of us think of it only as a fairy tale. Yet there was such a ship, and a lot of the stories about it are true, and thereby hangs one of the greatest stories of the passing parade. What was it that turned this real ship into the great horror legend of the sea? Many reports exist, saying that on its first voyage, the captain took a woman passenger aboard. And it was likewise reported that the captain, to show his scorn for superstition, had also changed the name of the ship at the last moment and launched her on Friday the 13th. Because of these things, the Flying Dutchman was known as a bad luck ship before she ever sailed, so that the only men they could get to work her were the gutter rats and Shanghai drunkards of the port. And when out at sea, as the captain was writing in the logbook, an extraordinary number of disasters have taken place which are difficult to explain by rational means. 2 men mysteriously disappeared last night. It is possible that the crew of cutthroats brought his life to a sudden end by mutiny. Later on, they may have abandoned the ship and rowed away, but not a single member of the crew, so run the reports, was ever seen again. At any rate, within the next 20 years, the story of the lost Flying Dutchman went ringing around the world. Hundreds of decent, honest, practical sea captains kept reporting that they had seen her in every season, following a strict course of her own, without a man visible on deck, until at last thousands of sailors were swearing up and down that she was the ghost of a ship, manned by a ghostly crew, and would sweep out of the fogs in the dark of night. The Flying Dutchman, just a superstition. How could a derelict possibly follow the same course, forever trying to round the horn? Many a captain and owner almost came to blows over the argument, until an American naval officer named Matthew Morey began to show a strange interest in these reports about the Flying Dutchman, guessed that they moved on hidden pathways in the sea, and he startled the country by predicting the exact location of one of these deserted ships, went to sea to prove his point, claiming that the crewless ship would appear at an exact point, and to the amazement of the world, he was right. And from this discovery, he took the science of oceanography, finding the great currents of the oceans, mapping the seas, and from a superstition came knowledge of immeasurable importance to all the world. Yet